Go exactly to form, but not far off it.
Well, in the long jump, they're down the back straight and they're going to be jumping with the wind. Really struggled with the run-ups and trying to get themselves hitting the board right. It's been, turning an ankle there. Sorry, this was from a little earlier on. This was in William Williams in warm-up, and that ankle meant that he hasn't been able to fulfill his jumps. So first up, the man who is so dominant, including at the World Indoors. This is Tentoglou of Greece. He's got a lot of fans on the back straight who've come out especially to watch him waving his national flag. That's a good start there for Tentoglou. Just wants to set the stall early. As I said, it's really tricky when you have such a strong wind, gusting to almost 5 meters a second on their backs. So you get on the board maybe a little earlier, so just got to make the adjustments. Perhaps even in your run-up as well, but Tentoglou off to a decent start. 8:15.
So Simon Ehammer, who was better known as a decathlete, but has become a major force in this individual discipline. Fabulously powerful Swiss athlete. Indoor champion in the heptathlon in Glasgow, and jumping well here in Doha as well. Enjoys his athletics, does that. Ehammer wears his heart in his sleeve. Really good on the board there, hardly giving away any distance at all. His season's best is 8:06. That was indoors back in February. He is an 8:45 jumper at his absolute best. Now, really good height there from the Swiss. What's he come up with here in response to Tentoglou's 8:15? Ehammer there, 8:12.
This is Juska, Radek Juska from Czech Republic in round 2 here. That's just on the 8-meter mark, not perhaps going to trouble, certainly not going to trouble the top 2 there that we've just seen. A good field here. Tajay Gale to go as well, Tobias Montler. A bit of a troubled season he did last year, but certainly Juska just checked back there at the end. As I said, all of the jumpers having to make some adjustments here. That wind really is gusting at times. 7:94, round 2.
And here is Tajay Gale, round 3 now. Well, he ran through on his first effort, then a 7:87 in second round. That looks a bit better for Gale. The Jamaican, whose season's best is 8:15, he is an 8:69 jumper at his best, which incidentally is better than Tentoglou's lifetime best. But Tentoglou, as he said at his press conference yesterday, he's proud of his consistency, always nails a decent mark. Gale, the world champion back in 2019 here in Doha, looking for something special here, and he eases over 8 meters. That's an 8:01 jump from Tajay Gale. 2.8 though, the wind behind him.
Kerry McLeod in the 3rd round, 7:89 in the 2nd round, his best so far. Just comes up right there, doesn't he? It's almost staccato running action, but McLeod there, that looks an improvement. So McLeod throwing himself into the mix there. The lead still 8:15 for Tentoglou. That's got to be close. Very good on the board for the Jamaican. Nice rhythm on the runway, not trying to overstride, let the speed come naturally. Trying to transfer that into the jump. 8:14, just shy of the lead, so he moves into 2nd place.
Well, could hardly be.
1 centimetre off the lead in the third round, but he's 8.14. Here he goes again, waiting for the right moment here. That wind still pushing strong. Oh, that's big. Whoa, that really has lifted him up. That's way beyond the lead. Surely gets the green valid attempt. That's got to be way beyond 8.15. So McLeod, with that very, very strong wind, it just gust there, plus 5.2. So it's not a valid jump in terms of rankings or anything, but for the competition, 8.52. That's a big lead at this stage. Can Tentoglou respond to that? That is a massive jump.
So, Ihama then, going in round 5. He's only had a couple of valid jumps. His best coming in round 2. That was an 8.12. Oh, that's big from Ihama. They're all using this wind. There's a really helpful wind. Unfortunately, just about every reading so far, I'm just checking, yes, every single reading has been over the legal limit. Brilliant on the board, the Swiss. 8.12 in round 2, 8 meters exactly in round 3, then a no jump, and that is bigger still. 8.30 for Ihama in round 5. He's still in 3rd place, but he's threatening. In fact, he's moved from 4th to 3rd. He's threatening Tentoglou, who's got 8.34 to his name. Good competition, albeit wind aid in every single one of those jumps.
So this long jump, which has been certainly affected by the wind down the back straight, McLeod's jump was huge. And 2 good performances from Tentoglou and Ihama. So now the leader, these 3 get 1 more jump in the 6th and final round, but it's the leader who goes first, McLeod. And that wind definitely has dropped slightly, so, well, he's going to feel as though he might have been just a little fortunate with that plus 5. What can he do here? Last jump for him. Yeah. Well, he knows 8.52 is going to be really difficult to approach. Tentoglou's certainly capable, isn't he, on his very, very best, but you have to think that Karim McLeod just got carried along on that gust in the 4th round. So he'll just sit and watch the other 2 now. 1 more jump for Tentoglou and Ihama. And the Jamaican sitting comfortably in the lead.
Tentoglou goes next, and he knows he's got a mountain to climb, or should I say a river to cross. 8.34 he jumped in round 5. He's chasing 8.52, and he doesn't like getting beaten, this fella, mind you. As somebody said yesterday in the press conference, it's what matters, what happens in Paris that matters this year. I think it was Nina Kennedy who was in the press conference, the world champion in the pole vault. She got asked lots of questions, and her final answer was, well, Paris is what matters this summer. Not much else. Not for an Australian anyway. The Europeans, of course, have got the European Championships in Rome coming up in just a few weeks' time. That's in June. But Tentoglou here, I'm sure he will contest or try to defend his title, the European title from Munich 2022. Here he goes. Needs to find, well, another 19 centimetres. And that's big again, but it's not big enough, and he knows it, no. And because of the vagaries of the the wind, perhaps because of that, but they all know that's the way the cookie crumbles in long jumping. He's beaten here tonight by a brilliant fourth round effort from Kerry McLeod, 8.52. Ehammer could, of course, deny the pair of them those first and second place positions, McLeod and Tintoglu respectively. That for Tintoglu. He does find another couple of centimetres. He is such a wonderful competitor. 8.36 there, and it's legal, ironically. Plus 1.9 for Tintoglu there. The following wind, and that is the second best legal jump of the year behind Pinnock's 8.40.
So Ehammer next to go, the final jump of the competition. A very good performance from him with an 8.30. He'd love to get around about that with this wind just dropping as it has just for Tintoglu a moment ago to just under the legal limit. So Ehammer, final attempt. What a good season he's had indoors, a new personal best in the heptathlon of the World Indoor Championships. Diamond League final winner of this event last year. Ehammer then, last jump. So for him, I guess Alfred Tintoglu knew was probably just a stretch too far, but I think he'll be reasonably happy. 8.30. I think he would have been loved to have had a legal jump at the end there, but 8.30 for him, that'll get the small W against it. But Tintoglu with the only legal jump of the whole competition, 8.36 in second place. But the win tonight carried along on a gust and saw it go out to 8.52.